the one line item every household should have in their budget? To find out what it is, keep watching. Hi, this is Marriage and Family Matters. I'm Sonia, and this is my husband, Brennan. Today, we're talking about that one very important line item that every household should have in their budget. And hopefully, you have it in yours. We're talking about life insurance.
Yeah, life insurance. Really, really important item that should be in every household budget, especially if you have a family.
Seriously.
And today we're going to talk about 3 reasons why it should be in your budget. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So the first reason is that why you should have life insurance is because nobody knows their date. I mean, I know you've heard that saying that nobody knows but the Lord, but it's true. You don't know when you're going to pass. Hopefully, it's not going to be anytime soon, but it could happen unexpectedly. You could be driving, going to work, and be in a car wreck. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. You can pass in your sleep from some medical condition, or some really bad thing could happen. Anything can happen at any time.
And you don't know.
And you don't know. And this is why you should have life insurance, because you don't know when that stuff is going to occur. I've been in situations where I've had friends and family members pass unexpectedly. Mm-hmm. Some had insurance, some didn't. And I can tell you that those that passed without insurance, it was difficult on the family. And that leads us into point number 2. Reason number 2, you should have life insurance. Funerals are really, really expensive. I mean, like really expensive.
Ridiculously.
Yeah. I mean, my mom passed in 2012. And unfortunately, my mom passed without life insurance. And that was tough on the family. And mainly me and my wife, because we had to cover the cost of the funeral. And, I never gave any thought to really how much a funeral cost until my mom passed. And I quickly found that a funeral, the average funeral was between $7,000 to $10,000, and that's if you're going on the cheap end.
Yeah.
I've had a family member that was, that passed, and their funeral cost, double digits, above $17,000 for a funeral. So again, if you got life insurance, that sort of, will cover. Hopefully, you'll have enough to cover your final expenses, your burial, because funerals get up there. And the one thing that you don't want to do is go into debt for having to bury a loved one.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a bad reason to be going into debt.
You want to be able to have time to grieve
Mm-hmm.
over your lost loved one and not be stressed and overloaded as well at the same time with having to be concerned with the expenses.
That's a really good point. I mean, when you're stressed out financially, you won't have time to properly grieve, which can cause all types of emotional and mental health issues. That leads us into the third point, right? The third reason you should have life insurance, or get it if you don't already have it, is to protect your family. I mean, if you love your family, you want to make sure that they're taken care of when you leave this earth.
Right.
You don't want to pass away and leave your family in any debt. I've often had family members say, when it comes to talking about death and insurance, that they don't want an insurance policy taken out on them because they don't want anybody getting rich off them. Now, guys,
You see my face?
that is
Really?
nobody's trying to get rich off of anybody's passing. But what we would like to do is take care of what is left behind by that person, especially if they have a family. If you were working, you had a spouse or a girlfriend or a significant other, whatever type of relationship you're in, and that income is now suddenly removed, a family that's used to living off of 2 incomes is now suddenly reduced to 1 income. And if you had any debt, you're trying to pay all of that debt off of 1 income when you're used to trying to pay it off in 2 incomes. With 2 incomes. And not even just debt, right? Just your basic expenses.
Right.
So if you have adequate life insurance, you could use that life insurance to cover your costs, cover that lost income for the time being. Maybe if you got, insurance that, like Dave Ramsey recommends, 10 times your income, then you should have enough money from that life insurance policy to sort of set your family in a good direction so that they don't have to deal with the financial stresses of your passing.
Listen, guys, if you love the one that you could possibly leave behind, I know a lot of us don't like to talk about death, but we have to put on our big girl panties, our big boy pants, and discuss these things so we can make plans for those that we love, so that we don't leave them behind trying to figure out how to make ends meet when we could have set them up for success and not have to worry about it. Even if nothing happens, at least you're prepared for the unexpected.
Exactly. Good point, sweetie. And taking this a step further, it wouldn't do you any harm to consider doing a will as well. If you're going to leave behind a life insurance policy, and if you have multiple members in your family, how about you do a will so that you can discuss or disseminate that life insurance money? You may want to leave some money to a child in a certain way. You may want money left for, college. You may want money left for someone to do something with. And the best way to communicate that is through a will. Yeah. And I can tell you guys that a lot of people don't do wills. And I can tell you honestly, quite frankly, just speaking personally, I don't think there's a will in my family outside of the wills that me and my wife are going to do. We hadn't done it yet. We have the paperwork. Right? Your mom gave it? Yeah, we just hadn't written it out.
We still have to do ours.
Which we should, because reason number one, you never know.
Right. So, and if you're one of those people who worried about somebody getting rich off of you, a will is a good way to give direction on how you want that money to be spent.
Exactly. So guys, we just wanted to talk briefly about that, and hopefully this line item is in your budget. If it isn't, then put it in there. And, we didn't go into details about what type of insurance policies, because quite frankly, I don't care what type you have. I just want you to be covered under insurance. We've experienced life in burying family members with insurance and without insurance. And I can tell you, without insurance is really difficult. And it can oftentimes have you feeling frustrated at the ones that have passed if you have to deal with the financial stresses that they left because they didn't cover themselves with life insurance. So with that said, guys, I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
No.
Oh, I do have something to say.
Well, yes, we do.
The life insurance that I'm talking about is pertaining to adults. I'm not talking about kids. The life expectancy for kids, kids typically don't pass early. But if you are concerned about having your kids covered, you could do a child rider on your life insurance policy. And just speak with your local life insurance agent about that. And so with that said, I'm completely done. I have nothing else to say about life insurance. Do you?
Just that we may include a couple links in the description of some places you can go to read more about life insurance. All
right. So with that said, guys, this has been Marriage and Family Matters,
where marriage and family does matter.
So until next time, we'll see
you.
You said the wrong thing.